Make sure you check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. Timothy Bradley calls out Amir Khan, and he calls out Errol Spence. Let's talk about it. Goodfellow Sports TV. We back. One time for the one time we grinding, man. And apparently, Tim Bradley wants to come out of retirement now. You know what I'm saying? And he says he, wants to fight Amir Khan because Amir Khan told him at the Pacquiao weigh-in, I think he said the first one, that he need to grow some balls and fight him. And Tim Bradley did duck Amir Khan. Amir Khan was calling out Timothy Bradley, I believe, since 140 pounds, but he really called him out tough at 147 pounds. And Tim Bradley never fought him because maybe the association with Top Rank at the time, Amir Khan was more aligned with the Premier Boxing Champion side. And you remember Tim Bradley's famous quote, the reason I didn't sign over to Golden Boy, paraphrasing here, or I didn't sign over to PBC Golden Boy at the time because I didn't know nobody over there. Then he goes on to say, towards the end of his career, his last fight, he said that, I think it was Pacquiao 3 or whatever it was, he said that he didn't feel like he had to fight the PBC fighters. He was happy with what was going on in his career and how his career went. So he had the same mindset people think Terrence Crawford had, where Terrence Crawford said he had peace if he don't fight Errol Spence. But obviously, he got a bone to pick with Errol Spence. I'll get to there in a minute. But with Amir Khan, I think that fight should have happened years ago. I thought it was a bad matchup for Timothy Bradley, but I also thought that Timothy Bradley can win that fight because his aggression, his heart, his will, I think eventually he just would have wore down Amir Khan. He'd have lost the first few rounds. But I know he ain't the biggest monstrous puncher, but I always felt like he had enough aggression. He had enough will. You don't have to be the biggest puncher to knock out Amir Khan. If you got that aggression and that will that Timothy Bradley had, I think it could have went either way, in my opinion. I slightly favored Amir Khan at the time, but I don't know what type of shape Timothy Bradley is in. Not only do Timothy Bradley call fights on ESPN, but it's him and his wife also manages a few fighters. So I really never disliked Timothy Bradley at all. I mean, Timothy Bradley was, at the time, he was one of my favorite fighters when he was with Gary Shaw. Still one of my favorite fighters to this day. I put Timothy Bradley in the Hall of Fame, most definitely. And some people agreed. I did a video a couple years ago saying that. I don't know if people know how good his resume really is, but a lot of people hate Timothy Bradley because, for one, he backed Bud over Errol Spence. You got to remember that Timothy Bradley gave Bud pretty much his first shine because Bud went to a camp to spar Timothy Bradley. And they said that Bud was too small at 35. He wasn't going to last, and Timothy Bradley was knocking out opponents and breaking ribs for his camp leading up against Devin Alexander. And they told Bud he had to stay as a southpaw because obviously Timothy Bradley and Devin Alexander was about to fight. It was the biggest fight on regular, regular HBO boxing. They did the face-off and everything. They treated it like a pay-per-view fight. And, they said, Bud, they said that Bud didn't really make it, or they didn't like Bud after one day in camp, that they would send him home. Bo Mac set it up. His wife, Monica, said that Terrence seemed a little bit different than the other one. He said, yeah, I'm not coming here to get my ass whooped. And pretty much, Bud gave Timothy Bradley all he wanted. And pretty much it sounded like he fucked Timothy Bradley up. Because Timothy Bradley told Keith Idec, and they was fighting at the Pontiac Silverdome, which I started tearing that joker down. And it's not Metro Detroit, but Pontiac is a little bit outside of Detroit, a lot outside Detroit. It's more closer to the Palace, I think it is, Auburn Hills. But yeah, he told Keith Idec that at 7-0, Terrence Crawford was a world champion. He said he's better than Devin Alexander, so that's the type of praise he had. And ever since then, Terrence say Tim Bradley took him to his first Packer game. He called a checkup on him, even if they wasn't in camp together. Made sure he handled his finances well. So that same bias that some of these other channels got, that y'all got towards Errol Spence, or y'all got towards whoever y'all favorite athlete is, LeBron, Migos, Drake, your favorite rapper or singers, whoever it may be, y'all be so biased toward Errol that anybody say anything bad of Errol, anybody have a bias for Terrence Crawford, everybody want to get out of position and want to cry and bitch and complain. But y'all act like everybody got to have a pledge allegiance to Errol Spence. Why can't people be biased towards Terrence Crawford if y'all could be 100% biased towards Errol Spence, biased towards Deontay Wilder, biased towards Anthony Joshua, biased towards Jared Hurd, biased towards the Charlo twins? Why can't Timothy Bradley be biased to a guy that he pretty much helped mentor throughout his career? I don't understand it, but if Khan lose, he said he retired, but maybe he takes a Timothy Bradley fight if he don't get knocked out. But I don't know, But, Timothy Bradley, Errol Spence, do Errol Spence got time for that? I don't know. If Sean Porter pricing himself out and it's a trade, and they say, okay, we're seeing Lipinets over to fight Crawford, y'all seeing Timothy Bradley to PBC to fight Errol, or whatever it may be. Why not? While you at it, you might as well call out Keith Thurman too. They've been talking shit about Keith Thurman too, and how Keith Thurman needs to get off the toilet and fight Bud. So maybe this would be a good thing. Obviously, Timothy will need a comeback fighter too. I don't know what type of shape he in, but they all retire. They all come back. If Timothy Bradley come back, I expect no correlation, but it wouldn't surprise me if Andre Ward came back. But as far as him and Errol Spence, I mean, at his best, he'd have had problems with Errol Spence, at his best, at 47. Bradley was better at 140. He competed at 152 pounds as an amateur. Could he beat Errol Spence right now? I just don't see it. Errol Spence is limber, spry, young, or whatever you want to use. He too good, too physical. And he suffered a lot of punishment versus Provodnikov that Timothy Bradley wasn't the same. Would Timothy Bradley win some rounds? Maybe. But that'd be a destruction. Even if Timothy Bradley get back to his best form, he at his best, he'd give Errol a little bit of some problems. He would. He's experienced. He's been a championship level fight. But you expect somebody that's wearing a suit and tie, eating good, to come back and be his best? I don't. And I felt that he was at his best with Joel Diaz. And after he left Joel Diaz, the defense went out the door. You know what I'm saying? But at a certain point, he stopped listening to him. But Timothy Bradley's the guy that like to box, mix it up on the inside, be aggressive. But I think Earl is just too physically gifted right now for Tim Bradley. You know what I'm saying? As far as Amir Khan, like I said, it's a pick and fight. But if he want to go out there and fight Earl and tune up a couple times, and then they present itself, and they want to do a trade, trade for barter, send Bradley over to PBC, and we send or they send Lipinets or whoever they want to send over there. Why not? But at the end of the day, we just gonna complicate shit. Just go ahead and make Errol Spence and Bud happening. But he on Terrence Crawford on ESPN. Timothy Bradley on ESPN making it seem like Errol Spence and them don't want to fight. Like Top Rank tried to make it, and he said Errol Spence need to say he want to fight. The fighters got more control. But where's that same control that Tim Bradley could have had when he could have fought Mayweather? He should. Even I don't know if Mayweather would have fought him, or when he should have made the Khan fight happen. That's the same energy that he should keep. You know what I'm saying? That's the same exact energy that he should keep, man. Okay? You didn't go over there and try to fight PBC. Now all of a sudden you retired. Now you want to go over there and fight Errol Spence. Well, make it the fuck happen. You know what I'm saying? Get your tune up in, and then you and Errol can fight at some point. But, it is what it is, man. But a lot of people going to say, why you don't fight Terrence Crawford? Well, him and Terrence Crawford said they'd never fight. He mentored Crawford, like I said, and they said they'd never fight each other. So that ain't going to happen. But, at the end of the day, he must be getting the itch to fight again. And at the end of the day, that's probably was always the plan for him. Take some time off, rest his body. He took a hell of an ass from Provodnikov. And can he get down to that weight? And when Errol Spence accept the fight, and a lot of people say he's been hating on Errol. He has been hating and hating on Errol. But you got to remember, that same bias that Errol Spence fans and people got towards Errol, Timothy Bradley got that towards Terrence Crawford. It'd be killing me. People be mad because some people bias towards AJ or some people bias towards Terrence Crawford. But these niggas be biased towards Deontay Wilder no matter what he do. Oh, Deontay Wilder slaps 50 white old women, 10 black women. Oh, they deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence, fights super flyweight at whatever at welterweight. Oh yeah, they'll sit there and rationalize some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So shit, it's cool. Why can't Bradley be biased towards Terrence? If y'all biased towards Errol, y'all biased towards PBC, y'all biased towards Wilder, people biased towards AJ. Why can't he be biased toward a guy that he mentored? That's a question I asked, but I'll link the article in the description. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Other than that, continue to share the videos. Share the videos. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Help Blaze, at thehellblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow when boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all natural products from lotion soaps, foot soaps, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, and much, much more. And later on, we'll be talking the final thoughts for all the fights this weekend. I think we're gonna do Crawford, Khan, Stevenson, Diaz after the weigh-ins, and Danny and Granado. So check us out. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You reach out to the email as well, or all platforms. You got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Don't forget to check out the Patreon. I'll be adding to that this weekend, God willing, or early next week. If you want to make a donation, that link's there as well. Best way to donate, just share the video one time for the one time. We gone.